There is a man who walked into any room, any conversation, any confrontation, and left having completely dismantled everyone in it. Not with violence, not with money, with something far more dangerous. He had nothing left to lose. Johan Liebert is considered one of the most psychologically complex characters ever written. And if you study him not as a villain, but as a case study, you start to notice something unsettling. His power wasn't intelligence. It wasn't charisma. It was his relationship with emotion. He had none. Or more precisely, he had mastered the state that most people are terrified to even approach. Absolute zero emotion. This is not about becoming a sociopath. This is about understanding the psychological architecture behind total emotional control and why the people who master it operate on a completely different level than everyone else. Most people believe emotions are their strength, their passion, their love, their anger. They call it authenticity. They wear it like armor. But here's what they don't see. Every emotion you express is information, and whoever receives that information now has leverage over you. You get angry, they know your trigger. You get attached, they know your need. You fear loss, they know your weakness. Johan Liebert never gave anyone this information, not once. In every conversation, in every encounter, he remained the observer. He felt nothing that could be used against him, and that single trait made him untouchable. The psychological term for what Johan had is called emotional non-reactivity. It's not emptiness. It's not depression. It's a trained state where external events lose their automatic power over your internal world. Most people spend their entire lives being remote controlled by their emotions. Johan cut the wire. Here's something about Johan that almost no one talks about. He watched himself, not anxiously, the way a scientist watches an experiment. When a situation arose, conflict, manipulation, emotional pressure, he didn't enter the emotion. He observed it from outside. He saw what was happening, why it was happening, and what response would be most effective. This is called meta-awareness, the ability to observe your own emotional state in real time without being consumed by it. When someone provokes you, two versions of you exist in that moment. The version that reacts, controlled by the trigger, and the version that watches, the one that chooses the response. Johan was always the second version. Always. This is why he was impossible to read, impossible to predict, impossible to manipulate, because he was never operating from emotion, he was operating from calculation. There is one thing that every manipulation tactic in the world requires to work, something you're afraid to lose: your reputation, your relationships, your comfort, your image. The moment someone identifies what you're protecting, they have power over you. They can threaten it, dangle it, slowly remove it until you comply. Johan had nothing he was protecting, not because he was broken, because he had made a conscious decision that nothing external defined him. He operated from complete psychological independence. He didn't need approval. He didn't need connection. He didn't need outcomes to go a certain way. And here's the paradox most people miss. The moment you stop needing something, people start offering it to you. The moment you stop fearing loss, people can no longer control you through it. Johan didn't just achieve emotional freedom, he achieved social immunity. Zero attachment is not coldness. It's the highest form of inner stability. Now here's where Johan's psychology becomes truly dangerous. He didn't show zero emotion to the world. That would have made him obvious. Instead, he performed emotion, precisely, strategically, surgically, when it served his purpose. A smile when warmth was needed, stillness when tension was expected, intensity when doubt needed to be crushed. The difference between his performed emotion